Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalrin. Today we'll be taking a look at the artifact weapon traits, and as most of you will know, as you level throughout Legion, not only will you be leveling your character from level 100 to level 110, not only will you be leveling your PvP talents once you hit max level, you'll also be leveling your artifact weapon. Artifact weapon brings a lot of cool things, mostly passive traits on one active ability, and to level this weapon will take a long time. On the beta, we are given a fully preloaded weapon, but there's still more to level. As you can see, it costs a lot of artifact power. So, let's talk a little bit about artifact weapons and how would you go about leveling. And I'll explain to you guys basically the pathing that I would recommend you guys to take, mainly for PvP. First things first, why am I in the rogue class hall? No matter what character you're playing, make sure to visit your class hall from time to time, because usually there is a helpful NPC in order to help you earn more artifact power, which you earn through questing and dungeons, PvP. Literally anything can drop you artifact power. So in the rogue class hall, I'm not sure where everybody else, but in the rogue class hall there's Phyllis Sparkstash, who's an archivist, and you give him order resources and he'll work for an artifact research nodes. When you use it, read to gain new knowledge about your artifact, increasing the rate at which you earn artifact power. And I'm pretty sure that can be found if you hover right here. Yes, my artifact knowledge is level 2, so increases the artifact power gains by 50%. Now when it comes to actually leveling your weapon, I want to show you guys basically what I would do in terms of the pathing. So, first get your artifact weapon out. The first one you start off for Outlaw Rogues is Curse of Dreadblades. You get it for free, and it is the artifact rogue ability that we've been using. The rest of the talent traits are passives, but a lot of these passives are pretty freaking cool for PvP. So the first one you get, which is also a freebie, is Cursed Edges, and I got that while leveling. Cursed Edges is what you get first, and the way that these weapons work is you can only level what you are linking. So when you level Cursed Edges, you'll want to go to Fate's Thirst if you want to get Fatebringer or Gunslinger. So you'll need to level this all the way up to rank 3 in order to be able to level Fatebringer or Gunslinger. So you gotta connect the dots, and the only way to connect the dots or to open up passages is to level a trait to max. The path starts with Cursed Edges. You don't want to go to Blade Dancer because it's an AoE with Blade Flurry, so you will go to Fate's Thirst. I would get 3 out of 3 of that, and then you have an option. And I'm basically rationalizing this with you guys as I'm making this video. From here on, it's a decision whether you want to go for Blunderbuss, Blurred Time, or Greed. Greed is a chance, a percentage chance for your run through to deal AoE damage and heal you based on every single person you deal damage to. That's pretty cool, but is it the best for PvP? It's pretty cool for PvP, but not the best one that I would go for. Next we have Blunderbuss, which on Saber Slash, it gives you a chance. Instead of drawing a free pistol, you'll draw a Blunderbuss and you'll deal 100k worth of damage to the enemy and reduces the movement speed. It's pretty cool, but can you rely on it? Not quite. I think the best one for PvP to go for is Blurred Time, which means during Adrenaline Rush, your ability cooldown recovery is increased by 15%, so 15% faster. So after getting full Fate's Thirst, you would go to Gunslinger, get full on that. Then you would get 1 point of Deception, and from here you can kind of start heading your way towards Blurred Time. What I'm going to end up doing is go Deception, Fortune's Boon to get reduced cooldown of Adrenaline Rush, so you have cooldowns a lot more often. Then I would get Blade Master, while Riposte is active you gain 1 combo point per parry. From Blade Master I would take it to Black Powder, and then I would grab Blurred Time. Alright, now that you got Blurred Time, you gotta ask yourself, how is the meta? Are casters a problem for me? Am I dying to magic damage? If you are, then you would want to go back to a Fate's Thirst, grab 3 ranks of Fatebringer, 3 ranks of Ghost's Shell, because that's where the heal anti-caster heal will come in, and you might as well grab Creed while you're at it. If the damage isn't so insane against casters and you're not really having that much struggle with casters, I actually would go to pick up Fortune Strikes, 3 ranks. I have 4 because of a relic, which I'll talk about in a second. Then I would go for 3 ranks of Fortune's Strike, and then I would grab Blunderbuss and finish it off with Fatebringer, Ghost of Shell, Creed. After you finish up Creed and after you get everything but Hidden Blade and Blade Dancer, then grab Hidden Blade, then 3 points of Blade Dancer, and you would tell me, hey Dal, why would I need 3 points of Blade Dancer? Your energy regeneration is reduced by 10% less while Blade Flurry is active. Why would I ever use that for PvP? And I guess you might even ask the same question with Hidden Blade. Like, I just open up with Cheap Shot. Why would I even use Ambush? Well, reason because you need to have everything filled up before you can start getting the Cursed Steel, which every single point you put into increases all damage you deal. And first point deals 5 damage. I think the max 20 is a 15% damage increase. So it is pretty valuable to get into. So you eventually do want to max out your artifact weapon eventually, because this will keep increasing the damage you deal overall with this artifact weapon and as your desired spec. But you are going to have to grab some crappy traits that are just not quite as useful for PvP, mainly just to finish out the weapon so you can get the Cursed Steel and start building that. Relics is a bit of a gray area, because I've heard that relics do increase your artifact weapon item level. So when you take a look at the item level of the artifact weapon, mine is 781. I'm pretty sure it starts at 780, if not 750. But getting the relics, let me actually log on to my other rogue so I can show you guys. First of all, ignore the Pandaren. Second of all, let's take a look at the weapon, and you'll see this weapon item level is 846, mainly because of the relics that I have in it. So relics increase the item level of your weapon, which increases your item level for PvP. So when you get into BGs and arenas, you have a little bit more stats, just a little bit extra. As far as I understand, the relics don't actually apply for PvP. So it says right here, it gives you an extra rank into fortune strikes. So it now generates 4 additional energy. But when you enter PvP, that is reverted back to the rank 3. The Fortune's Strike, which is another relic, reverts back to 3. And then Fatebringer, which is rank 4, also reverts back to 3. So it equals down, or standardizes down for PvP, so that relics don't make as much of a difference. And I guess this goes with the idea that Blizzard wants for people to have as less impact in terms of just like how much gear you have. They want to have more of an impact of how skillful you are as a player. So the relics, as far as I understand, are disabled. So this is it I have for you guys in terms of the artifact weapon. The artifact weapon is definitely an interesting addition into World of Warcraft, and I can't wait to mess around with it and get into leveling the weapon and getting all the traits. I think it'll be a bit of a struggle and a half for PvPers, mainly because a lot of us are so used to just having fully leveled artifact weapon, nothing to mess with, nothing to change for the weapon, and we can just go in and play and we have all the traits to play with. But it might take a very long while once Legion releases in order to be able to complete your weapon fully. So that'll be a lot of fun going through the journey. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully you guys find it useful when leveling your weapon. I know this video might not be as relevant right now because currently most of you don't have your weapon. But on the 30th, which will happen, this video is recorded on 27th, so in 2 days, hopefully this video will be a lot more relevant for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think, or if you guys have a different pathing that you have, let me know what you would go for, and I'll have the link for the artifact weapon in description below so you guys can mess with it. Let me know what you're pathing, what traits would you guys grab, what major traits would you go for first. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.